Welcome to World Knowledge, dear friends. When married life begins to fade, when sweet moments gradually become blurred memories, many wives wonder if their husbands still love them as before. There are no more gentle questions in the mornings. Did you sleep well? Or warm whispers in the late nights. Instead, silence and distance seem to gradually replace them. The feelings between husband and wife do not always maintain their original freshness. And when cracks begin to appear, even the smallest changes in a man's body can tell a story about unspoken emotions. Especially the eyes, which are likened to windows to the soul, can clearly reflect the hidden things in his heart. A cold, distant look, or sometimes a hot, angry look, can be a sign that love has run out, that he no longer looks at his wife with the same loving, passionate eyes as before. This feeling is not always easy to recognize. But if you pay attention, small changes in your husband's body can reveal a lot about his mood and emotional state. When your husband no longer looks at you with warm eyes, or just lacks interest in every small gesture, that is when the woman feels her heart begin to ache. When every step in their life together becomes distant and lonely. Let's explore together 3 important characteristics on the body that a wife can observe to recognize whether love is still strong or fading, so as not to miss the subtle signs that life and the heart always send. 1. That is his ears. The ears of a man who loves his wife not only listen, but also understand what his wife says. Women are creatures who want to be listened to. They want their husbands to care for and understand them. Because if they don't have this need, women are very likely to have an affair in their marriage. For women, having a husband who can't listen to his wife is a tragedy. For women, having a husband who can't listen to his wife is a tragedy. Men think they don't need to care when women talk too much. But what women want most in marriage is to share and to be listened to. Men have ears to listen to their wives. Not only to hear their wives complain when they are sad, but also when they are happy. To give her motivation and faith. When a man stops loving his wife, even a sweet word from his wife is considered annoying. A husband's ears play a more important role than you think. A husband's ears are not only for listening to simple words, but also for understanding the feelings and thoughts that his wife wants to share. When a man knows how to listen to his wife, he not only shows respect but also affirms love and commitment in the relationship. If those ears are no longer for his wife, the words, whether sweet or sad, will become meaningless. That is a sign of emotional fatigue. And sooner or later, a relationship that lacks sharing and understanding will be difficult to sustain. Always remember that a man's ears are the bridge between love and happiness in marriage. 2. His eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. To know how a person feels, you can look through their eyes. No matter how hidden, the most genuine emotions will be partly expressed through the eyes. As we can see, to know if a man loves his wife or not, look at his eyes towards her. A husband who loves his wife will always look at his wife gently, showing care and attention. They follow every action and expression on his wife's face. When love is gone, his eyes will be filled with annoyance and anger. On the contrary, a husband who no longer loves his wife will only look at his phone. Even at the dinner table, when his wife takes the child out, if the child accidentally falls, the indifferent husband will be furious, looking at his wife with resentment. His eyes at that time are proof of his lack of love, disregard, and even contempt for his wife. Married life can erode the initial passionate love. Just look into a man's eyes when his children cry, his wife makes a mistake, or when there is tension in the family, and you can see how much love he still has for his wife. When love has dried up, his eyes are filled with annoyance and anger. When love is still full, there is tenderness in every look. Eyes cannot hide the most genuine emotions. When a husband still loves, his eyes will always be gentle, caring, and follow his wife's every move. But when love has faded, his eyes will only show indifference, resentment, and contempt. In marriage, a husband's eyes can clearly reflect changes in feelings. And that is an important sign to recognize whether love is still complete or not. 3. That is his mouth. A husband who no longer loves his wife is often lazy to talk to her. They feel that talking to her is a torture. They can't find a common topic for both of them. And they don't feel interested when their wives speak up. A husband who doesn't love his wife is often lazy to talk to his wife. My friend, on the contrary, we can see that men who love their wives always want to communicate and share everything with their wives. And this is also the habit of happy couples every day. They always take the time to talk to each other. The more the couple understands and catches up with each other's emotions and changes. In love and marriage, communication is indispensable. When a man wants to talk to you every day, it means that you are really important to him. If the opposite is true, it means that he is gradually getting bored with you, or even out of love. Every couple goes through ups and downs in their married life. And sometimes, small signs from their partner are important indicators of the feelings they are holding. Eyes, body language, and nonverbal behavior can say a lot more than words can express. However, true love is not only measured by outward actions or gestures, but also by caring, understanding, and willingness to care for each other over time. When feelings begin to change, sometimes the most important thing is not to look at the negative signs, but to work together to heal and rebuild sincere and deep love. Marriage is a long journey, and sometimes, just a gentle look, a caring gesture from your partner can rekindle the flame of love that has gradually cooled. When married life begins to fade, when sweet moments gradually become blurred memories, many wives wonder if their husbands still love them as before. There are no more gentle questions in the mornings. Did you sleep well? Or warm whispers in the late nights. Instead, silence and distance seem to gradually replace them. The feelings between husband and wife do not always maintain their initial freshness. And when cracks begin to appear, even the small changes in a man's body can tell a story of unspoken emotions. Let's start with the story of Mai and Trung, a couple who once had happy years together. In the early days, Mai always remembered the mornings when Trung would smile gently and ask her, caring as if every moment of their married life was precious, "Did you sleep well?" That simple question, seemingly nothing special, but was a sign of sincere concern. Trung still clearly remembered the late nights. When Mai was tired after a long day, he would gently come to her side, caress her, and never let her worry about anything. But as time passed, things gradually changed. Mai began to realize that those questions were gone. Trung's concern was no longer the same as before. In the mornings, he no longer asked her about her sleep, simply woke up and went to work without a word of greeting. Mai looked into Trung's eyes, and felt the distance gradually growing in them. He did not look at her like before. His eyes no longer shone with the love and care that she used to feel. The times Mai's eyes met Trung's during meals, she saw indifference, even apathy in that look. Mai felt her heart ache every time she met that cold gaze. She still clearly remembered the last time he looked at her with warm eyes. It was like a fading memory in her, and instead was the boredom and barrenness in Trung's feelings for Mai. They used to love each other passionately. The conversations never ended, but now, every time she opened her mouth, he just nodded perfunctorily or didn't even respond. Mai felt sad, sometimes wondering if she was a stranger in her husband's eyes. Trung, on the outside, still kept a calm appearance, but in fact, was hiding mixed thoughts in his heart. He was no longer patient with Mai's stories. Her words were no longer noticed by him. Every time she opened her mouth to talk about her worries in life or her small joys, he just smiled lightly and turned away, focusing on the phone in his hand. Mai felt that she was gradually being pushed out of his life. Surely Trung no longer saw her as an important person in his life. His eyes no longer followed Mai's every move, no longer sparkled with concern, but only fatigue and discomfort. These days, Mai felt increasingly lonely. She suddenly realized that this change appeared not only in her conversations or eyes but also in every small action. Trung no longer listened to her stories. When she wanted to share, wanted him to comfort her, he was silent, not even bothering to reply. His ears no longer heard, no longer accepted Mai's words as an indispensable part of their relationship. One evening, when Mai was making dinner and Trung was watching TV, she accidentally saw him sigh. A small sign, but like a warning sign of a change in his mood. She walked closer and asked, "What's wrong? Are you tired?" Trung turned around. His eyes looked at her empty and cold. He only answered curtly, "No. Don't worry. It's just work." But Mai knew that answer was not sincere. It was just an excuse to avoid the truth. Trung no longer loved her. And this was even more evident through the times he stopped talking to her. Mai felt like she was living with another man. A man who no longer loved her. A man who no longer looked at her with the gentle eyes he had before. Mai's heart broke when she realized that her married life was no longer the same. But she also understood that not all of those signs were unchangeable. Sometimes, just a chance for the couple to sit down together, understand and share, the feelings could flare up again. Marriage is a long journey. And every challenge, every change in life requires effort from both sides to maintain. Mai knew that if she didn't want to lose Trung, she had to find a way to bring love back, so that those eyes would once again look at her with tenderness. And those ears would once again listen to her confidences like before. Mai and Trung's love story is a testament to the fact that, in marriage, love does not always maintain its initial freshness. However, a husband's eyes, ears, and words are important signals for a wife to recognize whether love is still lasting or not. When love fades, listen, observe the small changes, and find ways to renew the relationship so that marriage is not just a silent moment of time. If you have followed this far, please leave a comment. I want happiness. That is, you will give us more motivation to make more meaningful videos. If you have not clicked like, please give the video one like. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to support. We will give you a heart. Thank you very much. It turns out that a man's deep feelings are hidden in his eyes. What is that like? Let's find out together. We can see, in the TV series, Go Viet, someone once commented to Pham Lai, "The way you look at Tay T and the way you look at other people are completely different." That sentence contains the truth about the love that Pham Lai has for Tay T. Although Tay T is a beauty prepared to be gifted to the king of Go, and Pham Lai was forced to bring her to the country of Go by the order of the king of Viet. But his eyes could not hide the gentleness and passion for her. It seems that for men with sincere feelings, the eyes are always the place that reveals the most emotions. When people truly love someone, their eyes cannot hide their love. Even when they try to suppress their emotions, their eyes will still reveal things without words. In daily life, the smallest gestures can say a lot. There are men who appear tough and say seemingly heartless words, but their eyes cannot hide their emotions. Just like there are people who loudly declare, each person spends their own money, but still secretly worry about the person they truly care about. When a man loves someone deeply enough, no matter what the woman does wrong, he will still find her cute. On the contrary, if a man does not have true feelings, no matter how good she does, his eyes will not contain warmth and affection. So, when you look into someone's eyes, don't just pay attention to their words, because sometimes, the most sincere emotions are hidden in those eyes. 2. A lover in the eyes turns into she. As we can see, women must know that even if you are not beautiful, if a man loves you, the way he looks at you will never be disgusted but grateful. Because he has you in his heart, he will always think you are the most wonderful thing in the world. Even if you really don't look good. If a man is with you every day and is not satisfied with the way you dress, always wants you to change a little here, change a little there, then at this time, you must ask yourself, how much does he love you? A person who loves you, even if you dress like a beggar, he still loves you. A person who doesn't love you, even if you dress like a celebrity every day, no matter how long, the other person will still despise you. Because I love you, I see you as different from everyone else. And because I love you, I feel you are she. No one can compare to you. A person who says he loves his girlfriend on his lips, but sees the way other women dress very attractively, feels that his girlfriend is not very beautiful, actually doesn't love you very much in his heart. In his heart, he will seek out women who are more beautiful than his current girlfriend, so that he can show off to those around him. Some men often give beautiful reasons like, "I'm just doing it for your own benefit. I just want you to look a little better." Others will feel more comfortable too. When a man tries to change the way a woman dresses and looks in a way that he wants or doesn't want, that's enough to show that he's selfish, and enough to show that this person only sees the other as an object, not someone he truly loves. Therefore, lasting love is when a man and a woman are together. Even if the man sees that the woman is a bit sloppy, he will still love and pamper her. When the two of them go out together, even if she doesn't wear makeup, he will still think she looks great. A lover's eyes turn into she is not just a saying but also the truth in how a man perceives the woman he loves. When he truly loves, a man will not pay too much attention to your appearance or flaws. In his eyes, you are always the best, because love from the heart makes him cherish everything about you. If on the contrary, the man constantly criticizes and asks you to change your appearance and the way you dress to become more perfect in his eyes, then that love is not truly sincere. In fact, when in love, a man will see your beauty in his own way, like she in Fan Lee's eyes. Remember, true love is accepting and appreciating the other person even though they are not perfect. 3. Not willing. If when having to be apart from the other person, the man's eyes show unwillingness, when he has this mental state, it means he still loves you. Some men and women are especially insensitive when breaking up. In order to cut off the relationship, he will say cruel things, making the other person sad and breaking her heart. But some men, when the other person is about to break up with him, he will not be happy, feeling that he should stay with this woman longer, even marry and have children with her. In fact, everyone in this world is selfish. If a person loves another person, that person can love to the point of no regret. Such feelings are especially rare, especially when you love someone very much. You always feel that if this person is with someone else, you will feel uncomfortable and unwilling. If the other person is with someone and you don't have any doubts or dissatisfaction in your heart, then at this time it can only prove that you don't have much feelings for the other person. Moreover, the fact that the two of you were together is probably just a temporary feeling, not deep love. If a man has broken up with a woman but his eyes for her are still full of love, warmth, sometimes as if unwilling, at this time if the girl is more sensitive, instead of breaking up, she will choose to stay with that person. There is no medicine for regret in this world. It is not easy for you to meet a man who treats you sincerely. In fact, when a woman first starts, she may be pursuing her true love and looking for someone she likes. But over time, she will find that all she wants is sometimes just warmth. There are some men who say they love you very much, but they just want to take advantage of you. There are some men who are with you, quarreling with you all day long, but they truly love you. Language is a good thing. It can communicate with others and deceive others. But the eyes are more sincere, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. What is thinking in the heart can be revealed through the eyes. A man who loves you will hide all his feelings in his eyes. Looking into his eyes, you will always feel that there is still light and love in the world. Conclusion. When facing separation, a man's eyes can be a clear sign of his feelings for you. If those eyes contain unwillingness to leave, it shows that the love is still deep. While some people may say cruel things to end the relationship, others feel unhappy at the thought of losing the woman they love. We are all a little selfish in love. It is normal to feel jealous and resentful when seeing your partner with someone else. If you no longer feel that, maybe the feelings between the two of you have faded. A loving look from a man after a breakup can make you rethink your decision. Finding true love is not always easy. And when you find it, cherish it. Words can be easily misunderstood, but the eyes will always reflect sincerity. If you see love in his eyes, know that there are still beautiful and warm values in this world waiting for you. If you find the video useful, please share it with many people, as well as subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next video.